Today we're gonna make triple chocolate brownies with the peppermint buttercream on top. The brownies are rich and chocolatey with like the perfect texture, like a little crispy on the top and chewy and fudgy on the inside with those little bits of chocolate chips. And then the peppermint buttercream is smooth and creamy and like it's the perfect pairing. Extra festive right here. So we're gonna melt our chocolate over a bain-marie, so just simmering water. And then also our butter, not an insignificant amount. And then I also like to melt my cocoa powder just because it incorporates into the batter better than if you add it with your dry ingredients. So, bada-boom. And I'm also going to add my salt. And we're just gonna let this gradually melt, stirring it every now and again, and then we want to take it off before it's like super hot because we are going to add it to our eggs, so we don't want to, scorch them or anything like that. Yes. Okay, so our chocolate is done melting and mixing. I've just kept it here until I'm ready, and then we're going to make what's called a whole egg foam. So basically, we're going to take whole eggs, and then we're going to beat those with sugar until they're light and fluffy, and we take them to what's called ribbon stage. So when you do your whisk across the top of the batter, it holds, you can see a ribbon. So that's what we're gonna do here. Put that in your stand mixer, fit it with the whisk attachment, and let it go. So while our eggs beat, we're gonna whisk together our dry ingredients. I've got AP flour, this is espresso powder, and then baking powder. Whisk those together really fast. The espresso is really going to pull out all that chocolate flavor and make it just extra rich and decadent. So set that aside. And then we're going to prepare our pan. So I just got a quarter sheet tray here. So I'm just going to take my piece of parchment and split it in half. I'm going to spray the bottom of my pan. And then I am going to take half of my parchment and put it crossways. And this is going to give me wings, like little kind of, you think of them as little lifters for your brownies. So go ahead and put the next piece on top, and then your pan is prepared. Ta-da! Turn it back up. Okay, so you see how light pale yellow this is, right? So let me just show you what I mean by the ribbon stage. So basically, it'll hold, when you take this, you can see a ribbon on the top of it before it sinks down. So if it's this light pale of a yellow, you're good. Okay, so we are gonna slowly stream, actually, pause. I'm gonna add my vanilla. Beat that in really well. And then I'm going to add my chocolate mixture. You're going to lose a little volume when you add the chocolate, but you shouldn't stress about that. That's just physics. And then we are going to put our dry ingredients into our wet, and then we're going to fold. I like to twirl my bowl as I fold. This kind of increases the speed at which whatever you're mixing will incorporate. But it also just makes a really nice, rich batter. So there's like barely any flour in here. It's mostly chocolate and sugar, as it should be. And then that's that. So we can obviously bake this as it is, but I'm going to put a little bit of just mini chocolate chips inside because triple chocolate needs a third chocolate. And more the merrier, in my opinion, when it comes to chocolate. So that's our batter. And then we're going to pour this into our prepared pan. Now I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees, and you should too. And then I'm just going to spread this out with a little offset. All right, so go ahead and smooth it into the corners, making sure it's nice and even. It's actually fairly easy to do. Try and preserve your wings. Now you can clip your wings if you'd like with binder clips, as long as they are all metal. Do not be putting plastic on here. But I don't have binder clips at home, so my wings are out. I am going to put my batter in the oven like this though, so that when the fan blows, it doesn't blow my wing over top of my batter. It's just going to blow right across the center. Fun tip. So in this goes. It'll probably bake about 18 to 20 minutes. I'm going to check it in 8 though. So our brownies have completely cooled. I actually popped them in the fridge just for a minute just to make sure that they cooled completely. It makes them easier to cut, though it's not necessary. I am going to see how it lifts so nicely. Magic, I know. And we're going to remove this, we're going to remove the parchment from the back. So I'm going to ice these brownies. They're amazing just like this, so don't feel like you need to. But I am going to ice these brownies with just a little bit of peppermint frosting. I'll link to that up there. It just kind of makes it extra festive and fun. So I'm just going to dollop a little bit on here. This is just American buttercream, so it's very flexible. And then I'm going to spread it out with my offset spatula. So just spread it out. Yeah, some decorative swooshes. And that's it! Now it's time to try. Since we've already freed it from the parchment and everything, this is going to be very easy to cut. So I'm just going to cut it in the pan. I really want that like centerpiece like right there, but I'm going to refrain because I'm a sweetheart sometimes. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this. Now, usually the corner piece is not my jam, but I'm pretty stoked about this. Do you see this? Oh my gosh, it's perfectly cooked. It's like a little crispy on the top, but still chewy and fudgy on the inside. And part of that's our mixing method. Remember, those extra steps make all the difference. And you've got your crispy edges if that's your stick. And like a little bit of buttercream on the top. And oh, I see chocolate chips. Ta-da! Oh, if that isn't festive heaven, I don't know what is. The chewy brownie, like a little crunch from the top, and the chocolate chips that are inside, but it's still moist and chewy. Oh, and the peppermint buttercream that just kind of like gives it this like soft, fluffy topping. And peppermint and chocolate, like is there a better combo? Unclear. Yeah, one more. Oh, divine. Divine.